Hi guys, Darth Deuce here, back with another Star Wars action figure review, and I actually recently picked up a few 30th anniversary collection 3¼ inch figures from a local seller. Someone locally was selling some of them for relatively reasonable prices, so I figured I'd pick up some ones that they had there that I was looking to grab for the collection. And the one we have in front right now is the animated debut Boba Fett. So yeah, I have them. I got them all. All the figures the guy sold me were all mint on card. I am going to open, I think, all of them. Not a mint on card collector, so as much as I do like the 30th anniversary packaging, and at some point I would like to get at least one figure to keep mint on card for the 30th anniversary collection, have that packaging. Yeah, I just want to open these and enjoy them. So, but we will take a look at the figure and the packaging first. This guy, if you've never seen 30th anniversary collection packaging before, this is what it looks like. And if you have, I think this you'd know if you're a longtime collector. This is definitely probably one of the most popular 3¼ inch lines of figures. Collectors really love this line. We've got tons of different characters from all different mediums of Star Wars media and whatnot. So this is a very well loved line of figures that I always love getting new figures from. This is the packaging here. I believe there are some different variants of this card back. This one's the very general, just Darth Vader image in the background. There is another version of this card back that actually has an image of animated Boba Fett in the background. If I actually had that card back with this figure, I might keep it carded, but I don't really like the just general card back, so I'm gonna open it. And this one does have the gold foil on it and the gold coin. I don't remember what they called this. Did they call it maybe Galactic Hunt or something like that? I don't even know. But yeah, pretty cool. And then on the back, you just have all the other figures available in the line. No actual write-up or anything for the character, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, like I said, a lot of cool figures came from this lineup. So anyway, I'm going to crack this guy open and we'll take a closer look at the figure. Now with the figure out of the packaging, it's a pretty cool figure, a pretty cool version of Boba Fett. Definitely a unique version of Boba Fett. One thing real quick first though is you actually do get a write-up of the character. It's in a little piece of paper that they've had folded up in there, so you actually do get the image, reference image from what he's from, a picture of the figure, and then you actually do get the read-up there. So that's kind of cool, I guess. And then another thing that is actually pretty cool is way back in the day with your figures, you used to get this little tiny mini flyer of different things you could get at the time. So right here, you had all the different stuff you get. You had this blasters, and you had the Transformers, Star Wars Transformers stuff, and the Galactic Heroes stuff, and the couple battle packs, I think. Yeah, battle packs. I really miss them. We used to get battle packs. And on the other side, we had battle packs unleashed and comic packs. It truly was a different time of Star Wars collecting, that's for sure. This is a nice little throwback. But anyways, onto the figure. And it is pretty cool. I think it uses a Return of the Jedi Boba Fett mold with maybe some new parts. I think the belt with the holster is new, but I think the rest of the figure might be reused. I could be wrong about that. I don't actually have any of the older Return of the Jedi Boba Fett molds, so I could be wrong. But yeah, very unique color scheme. He's got the yellow plate, or chest plate with the yellow knee guards, and then you got the grays and this really light blue for the gauntlets and the helmet. So very different look for Boba Fett for sure. The helmet itself, I think, sculpted pretty good. Obviously, we've gotten way better helmet sculpts for Mandalorians in very recent memory, so I'll do a comparison about that. But I think for the time, it's not bad. You do have the dent there. It's got this nice kind of silver wash on it too, which is pretty cool. And one neat feature is it actually has the moving rangefinder. I feel like the moving rangefinder on Boba Fett / Mandalorian figures is pretty rare back then, so it's pretty cool that it actually has that, so that's cool. And then you have the rest of the figure, looks good. Again, you got the kind of silver wash going on, which brings out some details. He's got the Wookiee braids on here. Soft goods cape, which is just brown, but nicely done. It's a decent material. It's not too oversized or anything. I think that looks really good. Gauntlet with the weaponry on it. The belt, got some paint for the belt buckles. And the holster looks good. And they painted the buckles on the holster there as well. That's a pretty nice little detail to have on a 3¼ inch figure. And the shoes, or boots or whatever, also painted pretty nicely. So yeah, pretty nicely painted and sculpted figure. Holds up really well today, honestly. In terms of articulation, he's also pretty good in that department as well. You get a ball joint at the head, which has pretty good range of motion. It's a pretty big ball joint. Ball hinge at the shoulders, which moves about up to there before the shoulder pad kind of starts hindering things, and you can rotate it around. You do have a ball hinge at the elbow, which moves about 90, which is pretty good, and you have swivel cuts at the gauntlet. You also have a swivel joint at the waist, which on mine's kind of loose, but I'll forgive it. This is like an over 10-year-old figure. Swivel hips, which isn't the best, but definitely a standard for that time. Ball hinge in the knees, and then ball hinges at the ankles. So pretty good articulation, especially for that time period. This would have been a pretty highly articulated figure back in the day, and it still holds up decently well. In terms of accessories, you of course get the coin. So this one actually comes with a gold coin. You got Boba Fett animation debut. And flip around, it's got the Mandalorian Mythosaur Expanded Universe 1977, 2007. So that's pretty cool. I don't really care too much about these coins, but they are a cool little gimmick thing that they included. Of course, you have his jetpack, standard jetpack. It does have some nice paint apps. It is in that same kind of yellowish, beige-ish color that the chest plate and knee guards are in. Looks pretty good. Nothing too much to say there. Missile does not remove. And you can plug that on his back. And it plugs in. I'd say it plugs in decently well. Not like the tightest in the world, but it's not too bad. It's not going to just fall off, so that's good. Also comes with his pistol, which is definitely unique to this figure. That looks pretty cool. Pretty simple design, but still looks pretty good. You can hold that in his hand, I imagine, fairly well. Yep, he holds that in the hand just fine. Looks pretty good. Very Din Djarin-like design pistol. But that looks good. I like that a lot. And that can slot into the holster. Like so, I assume. That goes in there kind of like that. And then lastly, you get his little staff laser weapon trident thingy, which again, you probably would recognize this from the Mandalorian. Din Djarin's pulse rifle is based off of this staff weapon design, and it's actually pretty nicely painted. You got like the normal like brown plastic, and then they had then painted like copper and then some gold at the end. So that's pretty cool. And you can hold that, you know, wherever you want to hold it really, but I'm going to hold it right there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely a unique weapon for Boba Fett, that's for sure. But that looks super cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, just a really good looking figure. It's decently articulated, especially for how old it is. And it looks pretty good. So I think it checks off pretty much all the boxes, more or less. It's kind of up to you whether you like this design for Boba Fett or not. Quickly, we'll do some quick comparisons. Here is a Empire Strikes Back figure of Boba Fett. This is the first 2010 vintage collection release, but I believe this mold came from, I think it came from the 30th anniversary collection, this mold. So you can see they're pretty similar, but obviously you can see the varied differences in colors. And then for a more modern look, here is the relatively brand new, or pretty new, Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. You can definitely see the differences in the helmet sculpt, how far the sculpt of the Boba Fett and Mandalorian helmets have come since then. But it still looks really cool with these figures. I think it looks really nice. So I personally really like this figure. This is a figure I've been wanting to get for a little while now. Big Boba Fett fan. I think it's definitely a unique look, and his first appearance look, which I think is important to have. If you're a really big fan of Boba Fett, obviously it's not an essential buy or anything. If you don't care, not like a huge Boba Fett fan, you don't really care for his original animation appearance, then obviously it's not really that much of a priority of a buy. But for me, it's really cool, and if you're interested, I would highly recommend picking it up if you can get it for a good price. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and may the Force be with you.